Criminal damage. Criminal damage is a property offense that protects ownership, possession, and the value of property. Unlike theft, which targets the act of taking property, criminal damage focuses on destruction, harm, or risk to property, often with potential harm to others' safety. In the UK, graffiti on public buildings or vandalism of vehicles in London streets is an example. In Nigeria, protesters in Lagos burning public property or vandals destroying ATM machines. In Commonwealth countries, Australia, damage to public transport facilities or schools is prosecuted as criminal damage under state legislation. In Canada, property damage and arson are criminalized under Criminal Code Section 430. Definition and statutory basis. UK law. This is governed by Section 1 of the Criminal Damage Act 1971. Section 1 defines criminal damage as intentional or reckless destruction or damage of property belonging to another without lawful excuse. In Nigeria, under the Criminal Code Acts that operates in southern Nigeria, Section 321 to 325, and Penal Code that operates in northern Nigeria, Sections 307 to 309, similar provisions criminalize willful destruction or endangerment of property. Commonwealth examples: Australia, New South Wales Crimes Act 1900, Section 195, criminalizes malicious destruction of property. In Canada, Criminal Code Section 430 covers mischief, arson, and related offences. Types of criminal damage. 1. Basic criminal damage. Section 1, Section 1 in the UK. The prosecution must prove destruction or damage, which includes any harm, impairing value, or usefulness. See the case of Hardman versus Chief Constable of Avon, 1986. Chalk drawings on pavement were damaged because cleanup was required. See the case in Nigeria of State against Musa, Lagos High Court, 2021. Spray painting walls of a shop counted as damage. Now, property. Property belonging to another person has custody, control, or proprietary rights. See the case of Regina against Smith, 1971, in which tenant damaged landlord's fixtures, landlord retained ownership. Nigeria, destroying a neighbor's fence constitutes criminal damage. The Actus, Reus, and mens rea of criminal damage. Defendant must act intentionally or recklessly. Recklessness follows the case of Regina against G, 2003. Awareness of risk of damage and taking it anyway. Aggravated criminal damage, Section 1, Section 2 in the UK. This occurs where damage endangers life. Actual endangerment is not required. Risk is sufficient. See the case of Regina against Sanga, 1988. Defendants fire damaged a building, risked lives. Conviction for aggravated damage upheld. In Nigeria, burning a neighbor's house with people inside could be charged as aggravated criminal damage. Number 3, arson, Section 1, Section 3 in the UK, Criminal Damage Act 1971. Arson is criminal damage committed by fire. Aggravated arson, risks to life must be foreseen. See the case of Regina against Ter, 1988. Fire in a commercial property, intent to damage plus risk to life satisfies aggravated arson. In Nigeria, petrol bombing a shop during a riot can be prosecuted as arson and aggravated damage. In Commonwealth countries such as Australia, setting fire to public parklands prosecuted as arson with heavy sentences. Threats to destroy or damage property, Section 2 in the UK. This offense occurs when a person threatens to destroy property, intending to cause fear. See the case of Regina against Claire, 2019. Threatening a car owner with spray paint led to conviction even without actual damage. In Nigeria, threatening to destroy a neighbor's vehicle unless paid is actionable. Possession of articles with intent. Section 3 in the UK, this offense occurs when a person possesses items intended for criminal damage. Items include petrol, spray paint, and tools for break-ins. See the case of Regina against Smith, 1974, in which possession of tools intended to break shops and windows was enough for conviction. In Nigeria, possession of petrol cans and matches near a rival's warehouse can support criminal charges. Lawful excuse. What constitutes lawful excuse? A lawful excuse can negate liability if the defendant believes the owner consented. The defendant acted to protect property and honestly believed it was reasonable. See the case of Regina and Denton, 1982, in which fire set by employer to destroy old stock to claim insurance, honestly believed consent existed. See the Nigerian example, a security guard breaking a neighbor's gate to prevent trespass may claim a lawful excuse. Defenses. What are the defenses to property damage? 1. Lack of mens rea, no intention or recklessness. 2. Mistake, honest belief in consent. Insanity or automatism, rare but may excuse actions in extreme circumstances. Duress, threat to life or serious injury may justify limited cases. See the case of Regina against Jagger, 1982, in which defendant mistakenly believed she had consent to enter property and was convicted because belief was honest. See Nigeria's example, misunderstanding ownership may be considered if genuinely honest. What punishment exists? For summary offenses, low value damage, in the magistrate court, fines or short imprisonment. For indictable offenses, serious damage, aggravated arsons, crown court, life imprisonment possible. Nigeria, Lagos courts impose 3 to 5 years for severe vandalism. Arson may lead to 10 years plus imprisonment. UK example, life imprisonment possible for aggravated arson, risking human life. Recent Commonwealth cases. Canada, Regina against Tremblay, 2019, fire set at vacant commercial property, intention and recklessness proof, conviction upheld. In Australia, see Regina against Deming, 2020, in which vandalism of public property, court emphasized subjective recklessness for mens rea. In South Africa, criminal damage includes damage to property or infrastructure. Arson during protests is heavily prosecuted. For those taking exams, here are some tips. Always identify the actus reus of damage, threat, or possession. Also consider the mens rea, intention, or recklessness. Ask if a lawful excuse applies. Decide if the offense is basic, aggravated, or arson. Compare civil remedies. Criminal damage is criminal. Civil damage involves compensation. Further discussion. A student spray paints university walls during a protest. What is the actus reus? Damage to property. What about the mens rea? Intention to make a political statement. liable for criminal damage, potentially aggravated if the act risks endangering life.